all right. I'm here with Kimberly Chiappetti. She's an agent in the Phoenix market. She's with HomeSmart, and we've had a lot of interesting conversations. Her and I have bonded quite a bit over the last few months, and I just wanted you guys to be able to get to know her a little bit better as I've gotten to know her as well. And what we're talking about today is just her experiences. She's got an extensive background in real estate and loans, and definitely a pro in this Phoenix market right now. So, hi, Kimberly. How are you? I'm doing great. Thanks so much for joining me. I know this is a lot of fun for you, and we're going to get through this together. And it's no big deal. It's just a simple conversation between the two of us. But I just want to get some of the people out there to get to know you a little bit better and what you've enjoyed about what you do every day. So, with your permission, we'll kind of get started with some of these questions. First one's an easy one. What's your favorite color? Black. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My argument is that black, white, and gray are primary colors. Some people disagree with me, but I'm with you. If I could wear black or gray, we'll always match. So, what color is your car? Champagne. Okay. All right. So tell us a little bit about your journey and your story. What brought you into the real estate industry, and why are you still a real estate agent? That's awesome. I find that the people who succeed in this business are really great with people and kind of transition from hospitality. And so that's funny that you're a bartender. It's a total natural fit. Being able to talk to people, meeting their expectations and succeeding them and giving them that service. So when did you start doing loans? And then When did you transition away from loans into real estate full time? Okay, so you've got about 22 years of experience there. So not bad for a 24-year-old. That's awesome. Uh, yeah, where are the Zoom filters? Touch up appearance. Um, you're doing great. What do you love most about your job? What keeps you going? What do you love about it? Yeah, the process seems pretty daunting from the outside looking in, and that's one of the things that I enjoy about the job is helping people and helping people who appreciate it too helps. Um, and we all have our different experiences, and every transaction's a little bit different. Um, but I think overall, what we do really does impact people's lives, and yeah, like you said, just being able to paint your own walls or fix it up, or not having to ask for permission or worry about what the landlord's going to say is definitely a rewarding part of the job. Tell us a story about one of your most memorable experiences. What kind of sticks out to you as far as a memorable experience that just either cracks you up or um, just something that you want to share? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah, they hear you, but they don't think it applies to them, and so that's why we say like it might not matter, and it usually doesn't matter when you call and let us know before you do it. But like you said, $48 a month can make a big impact on whether you're getting those keys or not. Uh, you don't need the washer and dryer for a place you don't own. So let's make sure you've got a place to drop it off at before you're doing that, whether it's a sale or not. Nice. Uh-huh. Sure. Yeah. All kinds of surprise dogs. Like the dogs weren't supposed to be there, or they were surprised you were there. Yeah, I'd say real estate is full of surprises, and what makes you good at what you do, I'm sure, is being able to find solutions to anything that comes up. Right? Yeah. So you just mentioned you're a dog person. Do you have dogs? And what kind of dogs are they? And what are their names? Yeah. Aw. And, and they all get along. Good. Awesome. Do you have any other pets or anything? You don't have like a pet snake or anything, do you? No snakes. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Lots of lizards around Arizona. Yeah. Nice. So when you're not working or spending time with the dogs, do you have any other hobbies or interests that you like to do? I know you actually are very talented in a couple of different areas. You want to talk about that? Sounds like it's a relaxing hobby side business that kind of exercises the other side of your brain, probably. Nice. Yeah, you're in the gym a lot. Nice. It's good discipline. Yeah. 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 Very cool. And when's the Parada del Sol? February 1. Very cool. I will. Um, have you done much traveling? What's your favorite travel destination? Or if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? Huh? Yeah. 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 The beach anywhere. Just put me on a beach. Happy guy. Um, that's awesome. I wanted to get to Turks and Caicos and almost made the trip. Didn't make it, but I spent a lot of time in the Caribbean, in Puerto Rico and in Saint Martin. So that's definitely on the list. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's it's got to be awesome to be on an island. Hard to get stuff, but um, don't need much when you're just chilling on the beach. So. So, what is some of the best advice, or what's a saying or something that helps you stay motivated, or what's one thing that you know is kind of like a mantra that has stayed with you? Yeah, that's big on integrity and respect of other people's time and and doing what you say you're gonna do. If you don't think you're gonna do it, just say that's not gonna work for me, or communicate that. Like it's not a big deal one way or another. Well, I know, I know from the first time we spoke, it felt like we were long lost friends, and I'm glad it wasn't just for, that short time that we were working on that deal together. But we've been able to stay in touch, and yeah. Um, no, the other one, the other important one. Um, yeah, but hey, the 4 days were good too. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, hey, deals go into escrow, deals come out of escrow. There's all different kinds of things. Um, when time is of the essence, you called me to make sure that you could get your buyer's offer in and accepted, and they decided to opt in a different route, and that's okay. Um, so it's all good, and what's important is the relationship long term, not whether they ended up going with me or not. And so they felt taken care of, and they're a referral from you. So I appreciate that, and I'm sure they did too. So on another note, what is one thing that people should know about you? Well, while you're thinking about that, what? Yeah, you're a vault. Yeah, that's very important because there's a lot of different people involved on multiple sides, and you never know what information would change. Right. We can cut that out. No big deal. If Yeah. Um, if you could put anything on a billboard for everybody to see, what do you think people should know? Not necessarily about you. Kind of goes back to the mantra. I take some of these questions from Tim Ferriss. He gets some really interesting answers from his guests. Um, like I really like the phrase you said, "Do what you say you're going to do." I think that's amazing. Um, one good one would be do the right thing when nobody's looking, right? Because that's real integrity. Yeah, right. Hey, we all have our things, and it all depends on what's going on in our lives and how crazy people are being. But here's a great message on that. I would say, um, you know, I've been dealing with this a lot. Like, what can you control? It's not what you can control; it's how you respond in the moment to the things you can't control. So, yeah, right, yeah, Yeah, that emergency probably isn't an emergency. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, right, right. It's distracting. Yeah, it's important to be present. I know we're all working on it. I'm working on it. Um, and it, you know, really impacts how people feel. Like that vibe that something's more important. Um, and you're sitting at the dinner table and your phone goes off. Like, just be where you are. And yeah, I think that's good. Be where your feet are. There's your billboard. Nice. Very cool. All good. Um, so let's see here. We'll get into some of these other questions. What do you think kind of sets you apart from other real estate agents in the Phoenix market? Yeah, or call you back if you're in the middle of something being present. Yes, because one other client's time is just as important as the next client, and I always like to say I don't interrupt my calls. So if I'm on the line talking to a client, I don't want to like switch over. Like you'll notice that about me. I'm very consistent on that. Like I won't interrupt one conversation in order to let somebody else know that I'm on the other line. Like it just totally kills the vibe. So that's good. It's all good. No, it's funny because right after you said that thing about turning off your ringer, like I don't know if you noticed, but like I just put my phone into airplane mode. I had some other notification thing. It just decided to start playing. There's like a lock alert going from Mortgage Highway, and I'm like, just what is going on? So yeah, um, it's always fun. We've got just constant content and alerts, and I think now more than ever, it's just interesting and important to um, prioritize and put those boundaries in place for what works well for you. Um, so let's see here. Yeah, are there any great tips that you have for first time home buyers besides like waiting to buy to have the house and have the keys for? Yeah. Yeah. One saying that stands out for me is it's time in the market, not timing the market. And I love how you flipped that marry the house and date the rate thing on me a couple weeks back. And I'm like, oh, that sounds super cheesy. Do we really sound like that? And it's like, yeah, it is cheesy. But also, like, if you bought a house in 95, I saw something recently. Somebody posted online how the house has transferred 4 different times over the last 24 years. And there was only one period when somebody bought it in like the summer of '08, and they sold it in I think 2012. And one out of five buyers lost money on the deal. But if, over time, you know, homes appreciate, the value of money, it gets more expensive. And so for first time home buyers, it's like, look, if you're either paying your own mortgage and paying it down, or you're helping somebody else pay their mortgage off. And the interest rate on rent is 100%. So, it's really about finding, a payment, a lifestyle, and a property that works for your needs now. Um, and I mean, we're all even we even found a condo, a two bath condo for a client, and we didn't even think anything would be out there under 300, and we were able to find him a great deal, something that works for him, and a payment under $2,000 a month. So, um, if there's a will, there's a way, and this person didn't think they'd even qualify for anything, and so you got to do the work, get pre-approved, and then we'll get you turned over to Kimberly to show you some properties that fit your guidelines within your range and make sense for you. So, um, let's see here. I think it's very easy for you to stay in touch with your clients, and you have really great, strong relationships with people. Do you? Is there anything that you think you do that makes it easier or better, or you're just constantly thinking of other people? That's awesome. That's awesome. What kind of advice would you give somebody considering getting into real estate as a career? Yeah. Right. Sell something on Amazon or something. Yeah, because Yeah, you really got to be able to do it for the people and the relationships, and you got to enjoy the challenge of putting the puzzle together. And I mean, there's so many different moving parts. Every transaction's different. Not one of them's the same. And I think it's interesting. Like a lot of people will go to their friends, family members, or coworkers and explain something that's going on very specifically to them, or very specifically to their property that they're purchasing, and the friend or family member will be like, "Well, that never happened for us. What are you doing?" And it's like, you guys have no context of what's actually going on. And so, uh, like getting pre-approved, it's based on your scenario, your timing, what's going on with you. And unfortunately, there's a lot of information on the internet. Or fortunately, there's a lot of information on the internet, but unfortunately, most of it won't apply to you specifically. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but what you don't know is they spent $20,000 buying it down on something that doesn't make sense. And I mean, there are ways of doing it, but you're not getting all of the information. And that's the big thing, is that the information you're getting about a particular scenario, it probably isn't the complete story. So so um, lastly, Kim, how can potential clients or somebody who has some questions about real estate in the Phoenix market get in touch with you? I like that. That's a brilliant response. Very well done. I like that. So, if you want to get in touch with Kim, I got to do the pre approval because she's busy. We got to make sure you're all teed up and ready to go, and running a credit report. We've done the mortgage planning, making sure we don't need to fix anything. It doesn't cost you anything to get a pre approval done, and a credit inquiry is not going to ruin your credit. It's just a little bit of a hit, and and yeah, running your credit doesn't lower your score. Opening up multiple lines of credit over a short period of time will destroy it. So, um, sounds good. Well, thank you so much for all of your advice, and it's great getting to know you better. Well, sharing what I know about you with everybody else. And if you're in need of an expert in the Phoenix market, I guess get in touch with me. I'll get you pre-approved, and then we'll get you teamed up with Kim, and you know we'll figure that out. So stay tuned for more valuable information, and getting to know more professionals. And until next time, happy house hunting. Thank you so much, Kim.